Hi Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching Books I'm Not Reading. I'm so glad you're here. This is my Monday check-in. So I have been doing this since I started self-isolating. Actually, maybe a little after. Yeah, I just want to give people a chance to check in, say hello. I'm especially looking for those of you who've maybe never commented on my channel or who have not commented for a really long time. Maybe you're new. So anyway, all of you, welcome, and I look forward to hearing how things are going for you in the comment section down below. If you have any thoughts on the books I'm going to discuss today. So, and I kind of wanted to combine two things that are merging right now. Today is the day the Pulitzers are going to be announced. Again, if you're new to my channel, you may not know, but I've read all of the books that have won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, and it was initially called the Pulitzer Prize for the novel. So I did that quite a while ago, and then I have just made a very deliberate effort to read each year's winner so that I don't fall behind. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen this year, depending on what wins. And I mean, our library is still closed. You can't even put anything on hold. But my family has had some luck with somehow being able to check out books from another state. So of course that's on an e-reader, and I don't really like reading things on an e-reader. So we'll see what happens. And it just may be that I have to read it later in the year, and that's fine too. But I do want to have it read by the end of the year. And I periodically talk about different Pulitzers. I actually don't own very many of them anymore, unless I really loved them or I think Jason will, that kind of thing. So I wanted to talk to you about The Edge of Sadness by Edwin O'Connor, which won the Pulitzer Prize in 1961. And I think this is a great example of what we're trying to do, not me, but in the month of May is Maybe Midrash, and that is encouraging people to read a fiction and nonfiction book that have some sort of religious theme and are looking at religion in a serious way, not a this is what you should believe kind of preachy way, I guess. I will leave links to the announcement videos below. Jason does a great job of explaining what Midrash is, but anyway, this is published by Loyola Press, so clearly their point of view is Catholic, but these are books where faith is like a component of the story, but it's not what the book is about. Does that make, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But anyway, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit, just going to read the back here. In this moving novel, Father Hugh Kennedy, a recovering alcoholic, returns to Boston to repair his damaged priesthood. There he is drawn into the unruly world of the Carmodys, a sprawling, prosperous Irish family teeming with passion and riddled with secrets. The story of this entanglement is a beautifully rendered tale of grace and renewal, of friendship and longing, of loneliness and spiritual aridity giving way to hope. Edwin O'Connor lived from 1918 to 1968. I love these editions with this big band of color. And the nice thing is, if you're ever at a library book sale, they're very easy to spot, these Loyola Press editions. So because of that, we have two more. These are not Pulitzers, but would still, I think, fall under the category or like what Maybe Midrash is about. So I think they would meet the criteria, I guess. And I'm kind of wondering why I didn't pick one of these. Maybe it's just because they're just a little bit longer than what I did pick. So this is Dear James by John Hassler. And it says, personal and public crises descend on Agatha McGee in her 70th year. The feisty, quick-witted, fiercely Catholic spinster travels to Italy and Ireland to shake off the malaise of a forced retirement. There, against the backdrop of the IRA and Islamic terrorism, she confronts the love of her life, a priest who has betrayed her by concealing his clerical identity. Back home in Staggerford, Minnesota, two spiteful acquaintances smear Agatha's good name with malicious stories. With the sure touch of a narrative master, John Hassler blends gentle satire and acute insight into a compelling story of loss, forgiveness, and renewal. So this is a more recent, I believe, more recently published book, because it doesn't say anything about like he was clearly alive when they printed this. So anyway, so there's one, and then this is the one I actually want to read the most, and I've heard other people talk about this book. This is called In This House of Breed by Rumer Godden. This extraordinarily and insightful, or sensitive and insightful portrait of religious life centers on Philippa Talbot, a highly successful professional woman who leaves her life among the London elite to join a cloistered Benedictine community. In this gripping narrative of the crisis surrounding the ancient Breed Abbey, Rumer Godden penetrates to the mysterious inner heart of a religious community, a place of complexity and conflict as well as joy and love. It is a place where Philippa, to her own surprise and her friends' astonishment, finds her life by losing it. And Rumer Godden was born in 1907 and died in 1998. She wrote many novels, including Black Narcissus, The River, and 5 for Sorrow, 10 for Joy, which I think is a great title. Anyway, so these are all books that I think definitely would be great reads for Maybe Midrash. Like I said, like they're kind of chunksters. I don't even know how long is this Rumer Godden book. I mean, it's okay, so it's like 600 pages, but I love the cover, and I don't know, it sounds really good to me. So that's the one I really would like to read next, although it would be great if I could read both of those books this year. Anyway, so I look forward to seeing what the Pulitzer Prize committee has to say. And again, please know how much I'm enjoying watching everyone's Maybe Midrash TBRs. I've just been so blown away by the diversity of the selections. It's great. It was just really, really great. And I think it's going to be super fun. And I'm just so excited to see, as the month unfolds, people talk about their Maybe Midrash books and what they thought of them and that sort of thing. So in a time when the world feels so uncertain, I think many of us look inward, or we look to, I don't know, I guess the well that brings us hope, whatever that may be, if that's a faith related well of hope or something else, yeah. But I think this is a good time for us to be reading these kinds of books. And to be thinking about how they play into our lives, and what do they have to teach us, and I don't know, just meditating on that sort of thing, I guess. Okay, I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop. Remember, Booktube, to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, stay safe out there, be well, and I will talk to you soon, Booktube.